Hello everyone, Dean back here with another Rogue Deck Showcase video, and we are on our last day here with our One Last Ride series, and we are going to be looking at Ho-Ho Armarouge, specifically with the Fire Off Armarouge. This is really the key piece of the deck, and this is the main piece that's going to be rotating out once we get perfect order. This is a stage 1 fire type Pokemon with a fire off ability. As often as you like during your turn, you may move a fire energy from your bench Pokemon to your active Pokemon. And the way that we get the fire energy onto our Pokemon is with Earthen's Ho-Oh EX. So ideally we keep this in the bench and we use the Golden Flame ability. Once during your turn, you may attach up to 2 basic fire energy cards from your hand to your bench Earthen's Pokemon, aka the Earthen's Ho-Oh. So we play 1 or 2 of these on our bench, and then we use the Fire Off ability to move it to our active as much as we can. And another card that's going to be rotating with this set is the Armarouge EX with the Crimson Armor ability. If this has full HP, it takes 80 less damage. And then with Scorching Bazooka is a 40 plus, and we do 40 more damage for each fire energy attached to this Pokemon. So I just wanted to showcase these cards one last time before we lose it to rotation. And this is a toolbox type of deck. We have really attackers from every typing so we can cover the weakness. Primarily we have more fire attackers just because we're using fire energy. But we do have the Durant EX for our grass coverage. We have another fire attacker in Gouging Fire. We have Reshiram EX as another fire attacker. We play Wellspring Ogerpon for Sob and Torrential Pump. We play Iron Hands EX, which is another card that is rotating as well for our lightning and also take care of those setup decks. And we have Lillie's Clefairy for our dragon types. So nice fun toolbox. As you can tell, there's going to be a lot of one-ofs in this list. And then for support, we play Iron Bundle to kind of try to knock out easy Pokemon. Latias EX for free retreat. Ooh, sorry y'all. Munkidori just put damage out on the board. Fez for draw and Squawk for some early setup. And let's go into our items again. A lot of one-ofs here. We play 1 Earthen Vessel, 1 Energy Retrieval, 1 Energy Switch, 4 Nest Ball because we're a basic only deck, 2 Night Stretcher, 1 Super Rod, 4 Ultra Ball, and our stadium of choice is Area 0 Underdepths just so we can go wide. So as long as we have a Wellspring in on our bench, we can activate that stadium. And then our supporters, we have 1 Boss, 3 Iono, 4 Lilies, and 2 Research. And our energy count, our A-Spec is going to be Legacy Energy to help offset the prize trade, 3 Prism, and then 7 Fire Energy. Again, a toolbox deck. This is really important to know your matchups and know what your opponent's playing, how we can best utilize the cards in our deck, and hopefully we have them in our deck. Yeah, so this isn't a straightforward list. I will say the lines are a little more complicated. It's not super complicated, but knowing what the opponent's playing and how we play around that, and really just getting our Armarouge in the up and running is very important with this deck. So yeah, if you can, please like and subscribe to this video and let us know if you like this series. We want to just showcase some of the decks that we're going to be losing starting really today. This video will come out the day that rotation hits live. And don't worry, I got a little treat for you at the end of this video. We're not going to leave you all hanging going to post rotation on day 1. But we just wanted to showcase Ho-Oh Armarouge one last time. And yeah, with all that being said, let's take this on a ladder and see how we do. So I'll see y'all there. Okay everyone, we're in our first match here with Ho-Oh Armarouge, part of the One Last Ride series that we're doing here on the Rogue Deck Chronicles. And looks like our opponent won the coin flip. The beauty of our deck is we can go first or second. So they'll go first, so we can sob if we're lucky enough and kind of disrupt them a little bit if we are lucky to do that. It's going to be a lot to do that though, I will say. Trying to think which is the better Pokemon. I'll start Iron Hands because if we can get Armarouge up real quick, we can take some easy 2 prizers here. So they start with Munkidori. Doesn't really tell us a lot what's going on. We need to see if they discard a card or play a ball search, kind of give us a better understanding what they're doing. So this is a dark box with Toxtricity. Still don't know what exactly they're doing, but at least we know that they have the Toxtricity. Wellspring, perfect. I want to play that down. I'm going to preemptively put on the Wellspring because I am going to try my best to get Latias in play and a Charcadet. So let's play Lilies. Okay, we don't have it just yet, but we have Squawk. I'm not a fan of squawking a lot of this away, but we need something going on here. Okay, we got a Nest Ball. We can slow down the game a little bit. Get Latias in play. Retreat. And let's just sob. I know we're behind. We didn't get a Charcadet out, and we could have. Because we do have Fire Off, but we don't have the Ho-Oh. So we really need to probably use Iron Bundle and make space for the Ho-Oh once we can. But they can't retreat out. We're forcing them to get a Psychic Energy if they play it, and this is Mega Sharpedo. So I need to see what Mega Sharpedo is weak to. I believe it's Grass, so if that's the case, we have Durant for a late game and try to get some easy 3 prizers. Worst case scenario, if we can boss, we can try to trap Toxtricity, but with the Baniri, they may be playing Jet Energy, so we'll see what's going on here. So they're gonna Adrenaline Brain probably onto, I say Iron Hands. That's probably the biggest threat. Yeah, that's what I thought. We need to be careful with Mega Sharpedo because they do more damage when they have damage counters on. Okay, I'm not doing anything here, but neither are we. I'm going to put an Energy in Iron Hands, make it easier. And I'm just going to sob again. I'm going to trap this Munkidori. Force them to play Jet Energy if they do play Jet Energy. So they're going to grab their Mega Sharpedo. Yep, they're weak to Grass. So 30 more damage, 150. So once they take 2 prizes, we can one-shot the Mega Sharpedo because of weakness. So slowing it down, it does seem like it's working, but we're not out of the woods yet. We're not really drawing to anything good. We're just going to keep sobbing. I know they're using Adrenaline Brain to get that damage off, but they have a very low card hand. And unless they play a switching card, they're not going to be able to attack us. So hopefully we can get something going soon here. Area 0. So we could expand our board, but there's no need right now. And we're just playing the sob game until we can get a Charcadet, until we can get a supporter. We're kind of stuck right now, but so are they. And if they get the Mega Baneri out, or sorry, Mega Lopunny, we just take 2 prizes. Or two knockouts to end this game. So, okay, so they're not doing much here either. There we go, Lilies, we needed that. See if we get some good pieces here. Man, where are our... I have no idea where our Ho-Ohs are. Or our Charcadets. We are just whiffing here. I'm gonna play area 0. Switch. Doing 100. Not knocking that out, but I can knock out something on the bench at least. Okay, I'm trying to think the play here. How much damage are they hitting? 120. I'm just gonna Torrential Pump. We're gonna shuffle the energy back. And then we're gonna put 120 onto... Trying to think what threat is good here. Onto the Carvanha. At least take a prize card. Okay, we got a Nest Ball, so we can get Charcadet out. Or a Ho-Oh. But they're going to Munkidori. I wanted to take that out, but there was no way for us to get that out. So they're going to retreat into the Sharpedo. They're going to knock out our Wellspring. Oh no, they're gonna knock out the Iron Hands, take 3 prize card. Or our Latias. Okay. Good thing we have Night Stretcher. So let's promote the Wellspring here. We'll get the Latias back. We'll get a Charcadet. We're hitting for 260. That's not really going to do much right now. And I'm just going to research away my card, see what we can get here. Okay, we get 2 Charcadets, so we're good for next turn. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm gonna bench the other Wellspring so that way if this gets knocked out, we can still have our bench. And I think we're pretty much set. They're going to knock us out regardless. I'll just get rid of the hyper blower and try to trap something else. They're probably going to do the Mega Baniri that way, or the Baniri that way when you evolve into Lopunny, you get rid of the retreat. Yeah, that's what I thought. But we're forcing them to make the evolution. So let's see if we can, what we can do with this game. What does Charm do? Take 20 less damage. So we can still solve them, they just won't take damage on this. So, okay. We're going to grab a Armarouge finally. And we're going to attach energy to this guy because we do have fire off. And we're just going to retreat lock. We know we're not doing damage, but we can try to have them evolve. Okay, so they got the Petron EX, so they got out of this. But that's an easy 2 prizer that we can get as well. Okay, they're gonna boss. What are they gonna boss up? The Armarouge. Of course. But that's why we have the other one ready to go. Okay, see if we can get out of this. We can get Fez. Speaking of which, that's an easier way to get Fez. Okay. I'm trying to get Ho-Oh out now. Actually, no, we need to get Armarouge first and then try to get Ho-Oh. Do that. Let's play Lillie. Ultra Ball away. 1 energy and 1 of the Armarouge because we got that out already. And we will get Durant here. Yeah, we can do this. We'll get Durant. And we will use the ability Buddy Poffin, not anything, but at least we tried. So we will retreat into Durant. We will use Fire Off. The Legacy Energy is considered a Fire Energy since it is attached to a Pokemon. Do we have energy in the discard? Yeah, but we'll hold off on that. And then we'll Vengeful Crush for the knockout and get 3 prizes. because they are weak to grass. So we get more pieces. We got the Nest Ball for the Ho-Oh. We got energy that we have 3 energy that we can do once we get the Ho-Oh. And we have 2 prizes left to do. So I'm wondering if we can get the knockout this turn, because right now I think we get a boss somehow. Can't remember how many bosses we play. We can get the knockout on the patch for game. If not, so they're just going to charm, and honestly we can retreat into the Wellspring and take 2 prizes. So let's fire off here. And they can see, they saw what we're going to do. We were able to pull this game out. And yeah, just like the boxiness of Armarouge being able to take advantage of weakness coverage, waiting for the right time to use Durant. We're fine going from behind because we knew we can play catch up on the prize trade. It just shows how powerful this deck still is. And it's definitely a very underrated deck. Not a lot of people play it, but I love these toolbox style decks. So let's go into game 2 and see how we do. Okay everyone, we're into game number 2 with Ho-Oh Armarouge, and we're gonna try to send Armarouge off on a high note here. Do we want to go first or second? I'm gonna say we're gonna go second. Since we do play the Wellspring Ogerpon, we can sob, and also it gives us a chance to use a supporter to kind of set up ourselves a little more. Okay. Trying to think what is the best option here. I want to start with the Gouging Fire. We'll go from there. We do have a Squawk. So we're going against Rocket Spidops right now. So we do hit for weakness, but they also hit pretty big too. So this is going to be a nice, interesting matchup here. So waiting for our opponent to finish setting up, and then we'll take some mulligans here. And we'll take 3. We can use all the help we can get. And they start with Mimikyu. So one thing we need to be careful is that Mimikyu can copy our active attacks. So with Wellspring Ogerpon, it can do that. So we need to try and get that out as much as possible. So there is the Team Rocket Mewtwo. It is weak to dark. We don't have any dark attackers, unfortunately. But 280 shouldn't be hard for us to hit. Okay, so we'll play down the Squawk. I'm gonna play Ultra Ball, get rid of another Ultra Ball, and I'll say an Iono here. And I want to get the Charcadet. I want to get that out and down right now before we can. So then we'll just Iono, see what we get here. Okay, we'll play Nest Ball. We have the Armarouge in hand. Let's see, what do we want here? I want to grab Latias. That way we can retreat back and forth. I will... Decisions. That's the problem with Toolbox. There's a lot of decisions. I'm gonna actually just squawk and seize because we can, if we get a energy, we can motivate and get that energy on back onto the board. We got another fire off Armarouge, so we're good for next turn. We do have Ethan's Ho Armarouge. Or sorry, Ethan's Ho-Oh. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to motivate, I'm going to retreat, and get some damage on this Mimikyu here. And then we can put the energy onto one of our bench Pokemon, which I want to put it onto Gouging Fire. So pretty decent turn one for us. So they're already going to go in on the Team Rocket's Mewtwo. So if we can somehow counter or target that down, that is our game plan here. 280 on a basic's pretty beefy, so it's going to take a lot of effort for us to do that. I believe our Durant can get us there after a couple KOs. They're just gonna draw, and this is one thing I love about the Team Rocket's deck, is they can draw a lot. They have a pretty decent consistency engine with that. That's why if you see in post rotation, this archetype is doing fairly well, and not just with Team Rocket's Mewtwo, but with Honchkrow, they have a lot of good options here. So they're just giving us the Mewtwo. They're getting ready to attack because they can just one-shot us without discarding energy. So we have the Armarouge here. Let's see what we want to do. Don't really have much going on in my hand. So we can sob and give him a 2-prizer that way. So let's do that. I'm gonna give up these 2 cards. Or should I go for the Mew and draw too? I'd rather sob here, that way we can get some damage on here and eventually use Gouging Fire. So we're going to retreat, we have free retreat. And then we're just going to fire off. And that's all we're going to do, we'll just move on, we'll keep one on the Gouging Fire. And we'll just put, put the 20 on there, that way it gets down to 260. And if we're fortunate enough, we can power up the Gouging Fire EX for a nice one-shot. So they're going to be able to knock us out. Actually, is it off of bench Pokemon? So unless they get energy on their bench Pokemon, they are not going to one-shot us. They're only doing 160. And if we can somehow get a energy on the top deck, we can promote the Gouging Fire. Yeah, so they're not one-shotting us. Speaking of which, and honestly, we can also try to get rid of some of their Pokemon here. But they have no energy, and they'll just have the Psychic Energy. So they'll be able to charging up. But I like the Gouging Fire play better. So that's what we're going to do. We're going to Gouging Fire. We're going to fire off. I move that there, attach a Prism Energy, and we're gonna Blaze Blitz for 260 and get 2 prizes and get ahead on this prize trade. We get a Lillie's and we get a Fire Energy. It's perfect. And if for some reason they're able to knock us out, we have the Fezandipiti in hand. So unless they Iono us, which they probably won't, because they're a Team Rocket deck, so they don't play that. And also, it'll bring their hand size down, so they probably won't play a card like Archer. So they'll probably rather play Ariana, I would think. Or even Giovanni, but they already retreated. So to me, this, if they are going to play a supporter, it'll probably be Ariana to get some cards. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Actually, no, they already have 8 cards in hand. They'll probably just go ahead and just attack us here. And they're doing, I think they may be able to knock us out with the Brave Bengal for each. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 180. So they're not one-shotting us. So there's that. Yeah, they're only doing 180. So we got a Night Stretcher here. I'm really tempted, because we're not one-shotting them, because we're only doing 120 with the Heat Blast, because we can't do Blaze Blitz. But if we can probably knock out their Spide Ops or something with Torrential Pump. So I'm going to Golden Flame. As much as I want to do 2 energy, I'm just going to do 1. And then we're going to Lilies for 6. And then we are going to... Actually... We'll only do 100 on that. I'm actually going to go for the Ho-Oh play here. We're going to retreat. And then we're going to fire off 2 energy from the Gouging Fire. And then this way we can actually, well, Shining Feathers, get the knockout, and do some healing as well. Not a lot of healing, but is some healing, and we get a prize card, and we're up 3-6 here. Yeah, Iron Bundle could make a difference. If they can't get anything else on their board, we could Torrential Pump next turn and get 2 prizes. Again, there's a lot of decisions with this type of deck. Okay, they play Articuno. I believe we still do damage. Yeah. So Torrential Pump still goes through. So they're going to Giovanni. And they're trying to go for the Armarouge here, which we can't retreat using Latias. But we can also attack with it. It does 90 damage. Yeah, they're just going to attack us. So we get another Lilies. And I'm just going to use the Lilies. We do play Energy Retrieval. And we also got Night Stretcher. So we could just retreat into even just Armarouge. But we have to... Okay, I know what we're going to do. So we're going to Golden Flame onto the Ho-Oh. We're going to fire off 2 energy from the Ho-Oh. We are going to manually retreat into Wellspring Ogerpon. We are going to play the Prism Energy we're going to fire off again. Onto them. And then I want to use a Night Stretcher to get back one of those energies. That way we can have Golden Flame for next turn as well. And then we're just going to Torrential Pump. Yes, we're going to shuffle the energy back in. And I'm going to go after the Torrentula with the item. And we get 2 prize cards here. And really putting them behind, putting a lot of pressure on them. We got Iono for next turn for supporter. Granted, we don't really want to use that. Not this late in the game. If we can get another Lilies. How many Lilies have we used so far? 3. Maybe a research at this late in the game. But they're going to kind of copy us too. So they'll probably get prize on the Gouging Fire. Actually, they'll get a 4 prize turn this turn. I just realized that. But if they leave the Mimikyu in the active, we have a Reshiram, and then we can try to use Reshiram's attack on them, because they only got 40 HP left. We only need to knock out one more Pokemon, so we're in a pretty decent spot. So I'll see which Pokemon they're going to knock out, because they're not knocking out both Gouging Fire and Armarouge. So they chose to go for the 4 prize KO. Can't blame them for that. But they leave our Armarouge alone. So we'll promote a basic Pokemon. And that hits for, so I want to make sure we're going to do it right. 50. They have 40. Yeah, we got this. So we are going to retreat. We'll grab a Night Stretcher. I think there's another energy in here. Yeah, just do the Golden Flame. Also bench Fez. Just so we can show order operations of doing things here. So let's Golden Flame. Let's fire off. And we actually can do the big attack here if we want to. And we'll hit for 330 and get a last prize card. So yeah. This toolbox is very powerful. It gives us a lot of options to deal with it, to deal with what our opponent's doing, and we were able to just put a lot of pressure up front and really just take control of this match. So yeah, Ho Armarouge is powerful, and it's going to be powerful until we lose the Armarouge in rotation. So good job deck. You did. That was a very good match for us. So, just want to put this out here. By the time this video goes up, we understand that you may only have like an hour or so to really play this deck on live. And that's if you watch the video like right when it comes out. So, again, rotation happens 2 weeks after Perfect Order comes out, and you can still use this deck in IRL events. So if you have a challenge or a cup before Perfect Legal in rotation is fully legal, this is a great deck. But with that being said, I know a lot of y'all play this deck play the online client only. So we wanted to show you a deck that's similar and has the same thought process as Ho Armarouge, and something that you can carry on once rotation hits on live, shortly after the release of this video, and honestly it may even be released now by the time you're watching this video. So give me a second and let me come back and show you a post-rotation deck again, that's similar to this, that y'all may enjoy during the first couple of days or even first couple of weeks of rotation. So give me a second, I'll be right back. Okay guys, I'm back. I got a deck for y'all that is similar to the Ho-Oh Armarouge, and this is Ho-Oh Latias. And this may look familiar because we did actually feature this deck on this channel before. I just all I did was I updated with post rotation because all the Ionos were out, the researches are out, some of our Pokemon are out, like a Squawkabilly. So I just want to introduce this version of Ho-Oh Armarouge, or Ho-Oh Latias, which is along the same thought process of Ho-Oh Armarouge. So again, we're utilizing Ethan's Ho-Oh EX for our energy accelerant onto the board, but the only difference is we're using the Latios and Mega Latias engine. So we get the fire energy on the Ho-Oh, and then when we move Mega Latias EX from the bench to the active, we can use the Illustrious Assist ability to get as much energy from onto Mega Latias as we want. So similar process, it's still kind of a toolbox. I put Ethan's Pincer in here as a backup attacker towards those dark decks as well. And we play a Mega Kingston for draw, and this can actually also attack if we're fortunate enough as well. To get our energy back into our hand, we play, or in our hand and deck, we play a combination of Energy Recycler and Energy Retrieval. These are still going to be legal as we lose Night Stretcher, as we lose, we don't lose Night Stretcher, but we lose Super Rod. So these are helping us get our energy back either in our hand so we can utilize the Golden Flame ability, or even just back into the deck because we will be utilizing Crispin in here. So our ace spec of choice is Max Rod because unfortunately we lose a lot of our recursion, so this is a great way to get our pieces back into our hand when we need it. Play Mega Signal because we do lose Nest Ball. Again, we have Night Stretcher. I put in some Pokepads in here so we can grab our Pincers and our Latioses. We have Pokegear, get our supporters, a couple of switch cards because we are relying on switching. Even though we do play the Latias EX, sometimes we can't get that. We can use switching. Ultra Ball is still in the format, so for another more Pokemon search. And I put in 2 Gravity Mountain and 1 Lively Stadium just to help with our math on either staying alive or on us attacking. And with our supporters, I have 2 Boss, 3 Carmine, because Carmine's basically Professor's Research at home. Instead of drawing 7, we're drawing 5. 2 Crispin, just to help with our energy acceleration. 1 Serrano, to get our EXs in play alongside the other Pokemon search we have. Fire Breather, to get our fire energy out into our hand. And then Lillie's Determination, just as a decent draw supporter. We play 3 Prism Energy, 4 Psychic Energy, and 6 Fire Energy. I feel like this is a good list. Of course, this is still a work in progress, but this is a nice starting point and something that was similar to Ho-Oh Armarouge that you can just pick up relatively easily and play into post-rotation meta. So let's go ahead and do that and see how let's play a game, and that way you can see the similarities of this deck versus the Ho-Oh Armarouge. Okay y'all, we're here in the trainer trial section, showing off post-rotation Ho-Oh Latias. We want to go first? No, we don't want to go first. So I decided to go into the trainer trials because this is what rotation will look like-ish. We don't have the perfect order cards, but we will have everything else. So this is a good go-off right now to show, like, okay, how can this deck hold up in post-rotation? So we'll see what they do. They start off on Munkidori. They attach Air Balloon Pass. Okay, if we can pop off, we can knock this thing out. So let's get our Latios. Ho. Let's see what support we can get. Crispin. So can I do that? Crispin 2. No, I probably won't grab anything. I'll just fail this. I'll play the Lively Stadium. And I'll just go ahead and get our Mega right now. I do need to get Latias, like regular Latias. So hopefully I can get pieces for that. Or I can just get it. The problem is I don't have a way to attack this turn. I'm gonna grab the pincer because that can be an option for us to put to get a backup attacker. Oh, I actually had a way to, if I would have attached, I actually could have got the knockout. See if we get anything for next. No. We will retreat. I know they can probably just put that back on us, but oh well. And we will give them the regular Latios. So I could have had that if I would have attached the Psychic Energy. But I needed Psychic Energy to get Ultra Ball for the Mega, so it's like, eh. So we'll see what we're going against. I'm guessing probably Mega Box with the Air Balloon and Brock Scouting. Yes, and they actually play Clefairy in this, so that's not good for us. But they don't do anything. So we get a switch, but we're not doing anything else ourselves, unfortunately. I'm gonna hold off on that, and we're just gonna strafe again. And see what they do next turn. It seems like they're not getting energy, which is good for us. Like, once this thing gets going, man, it is bad news for us. So they finally got energy, so they're gonna Adrenabrain probably onto our Mega, I would think. Oh, onto our Pincer. So they see that as a threat. I do not. Okay. We get another Magna signal here. We're going to grab a Kangaskhan so we can do run errands. So let's retreat into there. We have a switch card. You get Crispin here. get this going. Which one we'll go on hand? We'll put the fire energy onto our hand. We'll put a psychic on the Mega. We'll golden flame here. Spread out our energy. And we'll do this. If the Lively Stadium wasn't in play, I would knock that out. But I can't do that. So right now, I'm just going to strafe. Because even if they Adrenal Brain that off, I can one-shot it next turn. And I'll do the Mega Kangaskhan. That way we have draw for next turn as well. So spreading out the damage. They only have one Munkidori with one energy. They have no, unless they're playing Crispin this turn, they're not going to be able to get multiple energies out. So they got a Badoo there. That's fine. They're going to Adrenal Brain. I'm wondering from where though. Yeah, so if they don't get that Absol out of the active, I can one-shot that and get the first 3 prizer of the game. And kind of slow them down. And this is like one of the top decks in post-rotation. This is the deck that won the Champions League in Fukuoka. So the fact that we can beat this with, I wouldn't say it's easy, but once our board is set up, we are golden here. So I have Gravity Mountain. I'll hold off on that right now. And we're just going to retreat into the Mega Latias. We're not going to move anything. And we'll just do the big attack, get the first 3 prize knockout here. So there we go. Yeah, we got some cards for next turn. They're going to item lock us, which is fine. We have enough pieces for right now. We can always strafe next turn. They get another Mega Absol. That's fine. Yeah, they really think this Pinsir is a threat. It's not. So we get item lock, which is fine. So we'll put energy there. That's how much again? 30, 120. So I'm not knocking this out if I move it, but I'm also not worried about moving it. Actually, I can get a 2 prizer, or I can get a prize off of that if I do knock it. So let's do that. Play Lilies. Get another energy in play here. And let's just strafe, get the knockout. And move to the Mega Kangaskhan, as this can tank a hit from us. We get a boss. So unless something changes, we can boss up for a game. So this is where they need to play Unfair Stamp, if they have an Unfair Stamp. Even though they put Clefairy on play, they can't Crispin and Unfair Stamp at the same time. Oh, they're still not even knocking out that pincer. That's funny. Yeah, they don't have it, and we do. So let's run Aaron. We get a switch card. We don't really need it, but it's cool to have. So let's retreat into our Mega. Use Luxury Assist and move energy onto our Mega Latias here. And let's boss up the Absol just to show that we can one-shot this super easily. And that's game. We went against the BDIF of the post-rotation format, and we were able to come out with the win with this deck. Again, similar thought process of Armarouge. It's less of a toolbox, but able to manipulate our energy on board into the attacker that we want to use, in this case Mega Latias. It's always powerful, and we are able to knock out 2 Megas super easily going that route. Okay, y'all, that was our little taste of post-rotation with Latias. Again, I really enjoy playing this deck. I played this even before rotation. I'm glad that there was enough pieces saved to make this work going into the perfect order format. Again, this isn't a optimal list. I'm still working on it, but this is a nice skeleton to go off of. I kind of wish I had more supporters, but overall I think this is a nice deck to go and just enjoy yourselves playing in this format. But yeah, that is the end of our One Last Ride series. By the time you get to this, we will be in rotation, at least in Pokemon Trading Card Game Live. So let us know what you think of these decks. Let us know some memories you have playing these in tournaments or at your league. I know a lot of players have done well and they have a fun time playing these decks, and sometimes it's a little hard to see them go into Expanded because they don't do so well in Expanded. But I'm excited for rotation. I'm excited to see what we can do with the perfect order set, and also with the new card pool that we have. So we have a bunch of decks already lined up to go, ready for y'all to see. So be on the lookout with that, and also let us know what you think of the series that we did. Was this something y'all enjoyed? Would you want us to see us do a little more of these? So with all that being said, please like and subscribe to our channel. Let us know what you think about our content, and as always, y'all, have fun playing those sneaky decks. See you guys.